my God. I started listening to your podcast. The work you do is crazy. So I'm so impressed. I mean, Kevin, your perspective is fantastic. This podcast is amazing. Like, so bringing you into a project, you're going to have a drastically different perspective, not only on business, but on life. Then, yeah. And Kevin, I want to say thank you as well. The work that you're doing on this podcast and the work that you're doing in general is really inspirational. And like, as soon as you reached out, when I learned about you, I was so excited. So I think everything you're doing here is so important, and it just really, you are an inspiration. So thank you.
Well, thanks for those kind words, and thanks for the time. It's most appreciated, buddy.
Yeah, this was great. Thank you.
Oh, I'm happy. After you sent me that message, I watched. I went on your YouTube channel and started watching some of them. You put out some real interesting content. Like it's awesome. I mean, it's very eclectic. It's really cool. It's really cool. Kevin, thank you for having me on. I really say you do. Like I said, you do a great job. It was a blast being able to sit here and talk to you for a little bit.
I think you and I connected, I don't know how many months ago, and it was such a busy time for me. And the questions I was so impressed with your questions. It was amazing.
Well, thanks for that. We can thank the power of research for that, right?
Yes, but some people don't do research, and they don't take that power and make it into something that's really going to be meaningful for the listeners. So that's great.
Well,
I love the kind of research that you do, and the copious amounts of topics that you cover to have this let's have a conversation. So thank you for inviting me and having me share some of my thoughts with your audience. Thank you. I mostly impressed, not mostly, I'm very impressed with your research and the kinds of questions that you ask and draw from your guests, and which can only help the listeners and stuff. So
it helps to create a free-flowing conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well,
so have you got to rush off? Because I'd love to have just a 5-minute chat about you.
Yeah, no problem. I'll answer any question you've got.
So as I said, I'm a nurse by profession. So I get I get the whole health issue, and I'm just so impressed your amount of energy, given you've got, some disabilities. That's impressive. How do you do it?
Well, I first of all, I want to thank you for those kind words. I live my life through a model that inclusion is the gateway to independence. And I always believe that people deserve a platform to tell their own individual story. And, one of the ways I do that is always bringing the passion to conversation, because, I always want people to be engaged when they talk to me. And the only way you can do that is by being engaged in what they have to tell you. So I hope to provide a platform where people are engaged and interested in talking to me. So I appreciate that, and I hope that answers your question.
Well, I was impressed the fact that you were able to text me while you were still doing a podcast with somebody else, and I thought, how does he do that? Like, I'm not exactly sure what your limitations are, but I'm thinking that's hard enough for me with my 10 fingers to try to do that while I'm having a conversation on a podcast. So.
I'm thankful for the mute button on Zoom. That's how I do.
Oh, you let them talk. Oh, got you.
And elongated answers to questions. It allows me to return emails while I'm doing.
Yes. All right. Now I know your secret. I know your secret.
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag, isn't it?
But I love how you are, you're a positive person, and that you're using your unique voice to really spread thought-provoking questions for people to learn about. And I think that only creates probably an increased readership because of the way you conduct yourself and your capacity to bring such interesting conversation. I